From grocery stores in the US to bakeries in Sudan, the cost of food across the world went up by more than 50% between 2020 and 2022. Shortages caused by climate change and COVID-19 supply chain issues then worsened when fighting in Ukraine halted grain exports. The UN launched a global crisis response group to target the issue and helped broker a deal to release shipments.
Let me mention first the Black Sea Grain Initiative that the Secretary General has led, which brought down wheat prices by 6% the day it was signed.
Experts say that's because the deal boosted consumer confidence in the global grain market rather than boosting supply.
There has been some exports from Ukraine, but they're not really that substantial at the moment. So it's sort of the anticipating those exports resuming. Yes, it's significant, but I'm personally a little bit skeptical that it's kind of game-changingly significant. My analysis is that fertilizer prices over a longer period of time will have a much bigger impact.
Fertilizer, like other fuel products, has been getting more expensive. Underproduction during COVID-19 lockdowns, combined with rising labour and transport costs, pushed up crude oil prices across the world by 350% between 2020 and 2022. And so the UN is now seeking an equivalent to the grain deal for the fuel industry, with the Secretary General calling on energy producers to lower prices.
It is immoral for oil and gas companies to be making record profits from this energy crisis on the back of the poorest people and communities and at a massive cost to the climate.
But industry experts say such organisations will be tough to influence.
These are private sector oil companies who are, by law, they have to look after shareholder interest. For them to do much else with that, you may face charges, but you're certainly not going to be a CEO for very long if that's what you're doing. If you're a head of a state-owned oil company in Saudi Arabia or Iran or Venezuela, I mean, that's your nation's lifeblood, or your hospitals, your roads, your defense expenditures.
The UN says the only way to address rising fuel prices is to get everyone to work together. And that's bound to be on the minds of world leaders when they gather here for the General Assembly, just as winter approaches and fuel demands peak in the Northern Hemisphere. Sarah Walton, CGTN, New York.